there, today we're going to be learning about hurricanes and we're going to be doing an experiment about them in a bowl. Let's begin. A hurricane is a large rotating storm that is formed over warm water with high wind speeds. When it rotates, it creates high wind speeds, which can be dangerous and can destroy multiple cities. The way hurricanes forms is this. When the sun is beating down on the warm water, the water starts to evaporate, turning into water vapor. This water vapor starts to slowly go up towards the atmosphere. When it reaches there, the air starts to slow down. And when it slows down, it creates a cloud. Now, that area where the water vapor just evaporated from, all that air around it has to fill the low air pressure area back in. And then, after that, the cycle again continues, therefore creating more and more clouds at the same place. When there are enough clouds, then comes wind. If the wind keeps on blowing on the clouds for a couple days, the clouds start to spin along with it. And then the water starts to get in motion, connecting with the clouds, therefore creating a hurricane. Now, the way we are able to see the hurricane is due to the clouds, or else we would not even be able to see them from those satellite pictures. So like you see over here, these clouds, they're circling around the eye, which is in the middle. And the middle, which is the eye, it is the most calmest part, the calmest wind. While at the sides here, it's the most dangerous part. It can literally destroy an entire city. Most of the hurricanes are formed near the equator. As you see here, most of them are formed near the equator or on top of the equator. Hurricanes generally form on top of the Pacific Ocean, near the Caribbean Sea, and in the Indian Ocean. In our experiment that we're going to be doing today is we're not going to be using clouds. Instead, we are going to be using red food coloring. Let's begin our experiment. So first, I want to use my spatula, and I'm just going to want to stir the water. Not so fast, just good enough. There. Now I'm going to want to calm it. And then dip my food coloring. Let me stir it in one more time and properly. There. Now let's dip our red food coloring. There, that's good enough. So as you see, this red food coloring, it's actually moving along. As you can see in the middle, there's this very calm part, and it's kind of see-through, just like over here you can see the water. That would be the eye, while around it would be the strong, destructible winds. It even looks like a real-life hurricane. And hurricanes can be massive. The largest they can be is at 300 miles. No wonder how this is so wide. The wind speed in the hurricane can be more than 74 miles per hour, but to even classify it as a hurricane, they have to be 74 miles per hour in the beginning and therefore gain their speed. Hurricanes could also be called as cyclones and typhoons, but all of these three names mean the exact same thing. People who live near the Indian Ocean, they would call it cyclones, while people who live near the Pacific Ocean would call it typhoons, and people who would live here in the Caribbean Sea and in North America, they would call it hurricanes. Interesting facts are these. Hurricanes can be classified into 5 categories based on their wind speeds. And in the northern hemisphere, a hurricane spins counterclockwise, while in the southern hemisphere, it spins clockwise, just like the ocean currents and tornadoes.